Well, hello and welcome to the next video in this current series on this renovation project I'm carrying out for a local customer. This video focuses on the wildlife pond. Before I can start digging the pond, I'm going to turn the camera around in a moment and show you what I've had to be doing in terms of setting some posts out ready for a walkway. So as you can see, I've been marking out an ellipse shape and it's set off at 21 degrees offset to the house. So the normal ellipse will be going that way. I'm 21 degrees that way. This is how the designer who designed this garden about a couple of years ago on paper set it out. So I've got this curved edge here. This is eventually going to be some raised decking walkway. The pond is going to sit here. I'm going to have a bit of a vertical drop there, even though it's a wildlife pond. The customer said they'd like to sit on this decking at some point. So they can put their feet in or just to sit and have a look in from that point. So that'll be a vertical flat stone wall. The rest of it then would be a normal the bowl shape with a cobble beach like I do wildlife pond. Eventually this area here, which you'll see in another video, this shape with this ellipse, I will be setting out some sets, concreting them in for forming the lawn around them. But why I'm concerned, I'm not concerned, why I'm focusing on this, I've got these 4 boxes I sprayed out. This is where I'm going to be digging down, setting some posts in ready for the walkway. I won't be doing the walkway. This is going to be happening for, I don't know, 8-12 months down the line. So there's going to be obviously another set of posts here. This walkway is going around the pond. They asked me if I could get these in, obviously, so they're not disturbing the pond, any potential risk of damaging the liner, etc., etc. So I will be getting these in, concrete down. I'm going to get them 600 mil in the ground, get some concrete in, let them go off, and then when it is built, it will overhang the edge of this pond to give that effect, which should look rather nice. So post in, and then I'll shape out the pond outline and start getting that dug. Okay, as you can see, the posts being left to set overnight, they'd have gone off quite quickly after I left anyway with the postcrete. They're all set, they're all in. As you can see, I've spray painted the approximate shape of my pond. I'm going to dig out within my 3.5 by 2 meter footprint, which is the liner I've allowed for. So we're going to try and follow this edge as much as we can, take it under where the boardwalk, as it were, decking will be, just so we've got, looks like a bit of a disappearing edge once that decking is over there. Same there, and then we'll just follow that round, bit of a natural shape. Don't want it round, don't want it square or rectangular, so I like a nice sort of irregular natural shape. Just helps it blend in a lot more. So I'm going to start getting that dug out now. So this side's going to be the vertical drop coming up, retaining boulders within the pond here to hold back the soil, and this side here is gradually going to slope in, cobble beach area, and all the planting on the marginals, as you've seen me do before. Okay, so this hole is finally dug. I'm at 85 centimeters at my deepest point. There's going to be between 150 to 200 mil of aquatic soil put in, which is obviously going to raise that level, but also this area here is going to be higher where I re-turf with the soil and then the turf. So we're looking, and then I'm going to put a layer of soil before I put my membrane down, a little bit stony down here, so probably 5 centimeter layer. So we're going to be looking at about an 80 centimeter deep pond, which is perfect. Frogs and toads can hibernate in that area when if we get any freezing weather, it'll be perfectly safe in this deeper section. Some planting bed areas here. This is going to be the cobble beach section. It's more marginal planting here. We have a lily in a pot. It's the only thing that I do put in a pot. Not planting directly into the subsoil, just because how invasive the roots are. So that will be sat here. This will be rocked up here in this section, create a well so that soil doesn't fall into this section. You will see all that unfold very soon. As you can see, it's been a very wet day. It's been one of those days, in fact, that I could have almost given up this morning. It was just, I was pulling out more clay on my boots and on the shovel. And then you get to that point and you think, well, no one else is going to dig it and it's not going to dig itself. So deep breath, get it dug, and I'm glad I stayed on for today, because it did give me about an hour and a half of dry weather today where I could get down to here. So that is the worst bit done of the pond. So like I say, next job, little layer of aquatic soil just to soften out these sharper sections where there's some gravel for some reason about 2 foot down here. Then we're going to have the membrane, then we're going to have the EPDM liner, then another protective fleece membrane, and then the layers of soil. Let's get going. Okay, that is the vertical wall all rocked in. Now, if I was doing this as more of a formal pool, these edges I'd try and make sure are a little more even. As it's a wildlife pond, it's good to have some ledges, especially for the amphibians, and to hide in and take shelter from. So, for example, this ledge here, underneath there's another ledge, so that's a good little spot for a frog to perch on. All these little holes in there the newts can find to hide themselves away. I've foamed in using the Aquascape waterfall foam that I normally use on my Aquascape ponds, just to secure in sort of top 4 layers of these rocks, just to set them in place so there's no movement. I've double checked using my laser level from the point there, that step is the height where the walkways come in, that this highest rock here is just below the decking, which it is by about 1.5 inches, so that's perfect. These posts obviously will be cut down to suit when the decking area is done later on. Not part of this job, not part of my job, I should say. Not at the moment anyway. I may get asked to do it, but at the moment it's not part of my remit. But anyway, that's by the by. Let's start getting some soil in here. I'm going to get a lily pot, set in here first, work my way out this pond now with the aquatic soil. All this back edge here, the liner is going to be tucked up behind these rocks, and obviously soil then to bring up the, when I seed the lawn, I'm going to have about 100 mil, 150 mil of soil compacted down for me to sow all the mixture of grass seed and low grown wildflower seed and clover seed into. So this edge here just gives a nice flattish area for this liner to push up against, fold over like we always do, and then bring that soil up. So for now, the pond is finished. As you can see, I've left a perimeter of the EPDM liner all around the outside. This is because the soil level when I create the lawn is going to come up about 150 mil. So then I can pack that up, seam that in, finish this edging off once I've got my heights with the lawn section. As you can see, I've been planting. So we've got some hard rush here, some zebra rush. We've got some purple loosestrife over there. Lovely fibre optic rush over there. We've got the lily in the pot, and the marsh marigolds, and obviously the hornwort, the floating oxygenator. Very important in a wildlife pond where there's no running water. This is what's going to help create the oxygenation of the pond. I've got a nice log submerged in the soil there. It's going to be a bit of habitat and hunting ground for the amphibians. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Like I say, until I've got this lawn section in, and then you will see it completely tidied up, no liner on show at all. So as always, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video showing the creation of this lovely wildlife pond, and there'll be a couple more videos to come in this current project showing the stone sets I'll be putting in and the creation of the lawn, and then you'll see the complete project all tied together as one, along with the raised planters and the dry stream bed that you've already seen me create videos up here. So I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.